Welcome to San Joaquin Spotlight, a public affairs program featuring conversations about life in the central San Joaquin Valley. This program is brought to you in partnership between KFSR 90.7 FM and CMAC Fresno. I'm your host, Sevag Tateosian. Welcome to San Joaquin Spotlight. You know, today I'm excited about this show because I love food. And for those of you who have tuned in to San Joaquin Spotlight for the many years that we've been on, you've heard me say that I love all kinds of different food. But today we're going to be talking about a food that I also love, Indian food, with our guests from the Brahma Bull, Rama and Sree. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
So the owner of the restaurant Brahma Bull is Rama. You own it, right?
Yeah, me and my husband. His name is Rao.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about when this restaurant was opened.
We opened in 1989.
89?
Yes.
You've been open for a long time.
Yeah, 26 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was it? I mean, when you opened the restaurant, did you think that the business aspect was going to be difficult?
Yeah, first when we opened, we got scared. People don't know where is India, what is Indian food. They don't know at all. Not too many Indians either in Fresno. But still we want to make a healthy food for the people. Me and my husband, we decided to, we used to work for the donut shop. People eating a lot of donuts and hot dogs and burgers. When we see that, no, this is not the real food. We want to make real good Indian food for the people. We want to educate them how to eat and what to eat for health. It's good food. Then we start in 89, March 29, by Fresno State.
So you opened the restaurant.
Yes.
And the first day your doors opened. How excited? What were you feeling?
People, they came in, a lot of people got too busy that day. We don't know because first time we opened and we've been here that time 5 years in America and then okay we took it. We are so happy to see the people. We help them, see them. We explain it to them. People don't know what is Indian food. Where is India? We don't know where is India, and then we have to explain it to them. Where is India? What is Indian food? How you eat? How to eat and with what to eat and everything.
So before we show a picture, and I'll let you talk about what kind of food it is, I want to ask your daughter a question. How busy do they get in the restaurant?
Well, we get very busy on the weekends. It's chaotic on the weekends, It's just that you can't find this kind of food in Fresno, and when you can find something so special that my mother makes, people just run after it on the weekends, whenever they get a break. Even though we close, people still try to, even though we close at 9 p.m., people still try to call us and plead us to open further. But, and we do keep it open for them when they really need us to.
So let's take a look at this picture, and once the picture comes up, let's talk about what this food item is.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at?
This is samosa.
Okay.
It's stuffed with potatoes, green peas and carrots, onions, ginger, chili, the ingredients inside.
Is it a bread or
It's
what's
a bread.
the outside?
Outside is a bread stuffed with potato, the bread. And we fold it like a triangle, we fry them. This is the most popular dish in the Brahma Bull. They do, other restaurants, they do make samosa, that's entirely different. This is South Indian style.
Well, and something like that, when people come in and order it and they eat it and they like it, how does it make you feel?
Oh my God, this is so good, so good. When they say that, I feel so very, very happy. It touches me. I'm glad I'm feeding people the best they like. Yeah.
And is it baked or fried, or how do you
This
cook
is
it?
fried.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do your friends like this dish?
Yes, they do.
Every person, they like.
I think it's a lot of people in India, this is what they go for when they want to taste something. Whenever we go to movie theaters, this is what we have. This is a delicacy in India, and we want to bring it to Fresno.
How did you pick your menu items? Because, I was online in preparation for this interview. I went online and I saw the website. Great website, by the way.
Thank you.
And what I like really is the background on you that was on the website.
Yeah, thank you.
So how did you pick what's on the menu?
How do I pick
Yeah.
on the menu?
Yeah.
The best, the people like the taste, the best dishes we want to put in the menu. In the beginning, we put a lot of them, but whatever the people, when they taste it, they tell us, okay, this is excellent, this is okay. Then all the top dishes we keep in the menu.
Can you explain a little bit about, I read online there's a village, you learned about cooking from, this particular village. Talk about the village.
The village, it's called Ongol
Okay.
in South India. We are from South India, it's called Ongol. The Brahma Bull, the breed came from.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's why we name, because we used to play with them. The Brahma Bulls, they became a world famous. They call, Brahma Bull. Brahmanda means excellent. The bull, excellent bull. It's a Brahma Bull. They named it internationally. In India, they call Ongol Bull. It's Ongol, the place we came from.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
So, but did you learn this food from your mother or grandmother?
My
I mean,
grandparents,
is it passed down
my
to
mom and my
generation?
grandparents, they used to cook so healthy. I see them when I used to go to college, and in the morning I used to help them what to do and everything. 1 hour I have to help them and then go to college. Then I used to see my grandma, mostly from my grandma I learn what kind of ingredients she's using. She never used much oil, and it tastes so good. And when she makes anything, she makes even 2 pounds chicken, she feeds like 25 people. It's so good, but no oil, and it's very simple. She cooks and very tasty. And I learned from her, and they both lived 100 years, my grandparents.
Congratulations, that's a great
Thank you.
milestone, 100 years.
Yes.
Before we show the next picture, I want to ask your daughter a question. So your mother learned from her parents and grandparents.
Yes.
Are you learning from her? I mean, are you
Yes.
taking notes?
Yes, I am. I'm learning so much. Just, I don't think I would be able to learn every recipe from scratch if I didn't have her guidance. It's just everything makes a big difference. You can't just. It's hard because here a lot of people use cookbooks. There are people just throw things in, they can estimate it,
A little
and it's
pinch
just
of
fast.
this and a little
Yes.
bit of that.
And it's
Yeah, I know.
faster. It's definitely faster than you would use a cookbook. Yes, and a lot of people they think that healthy food maybe doesn't taste good, but who says it can't? And that's what we're trying to prove in our restaurant.
Well, let's take a look at this next picture, and I want you to tell us what this is, because, I saw this, and it made me hungry, by the way. What am I looking at here?
This is they call Naan Bread.
This is the famous naan bread.
Famous Naan Bread.
I'll
yes.
tell you, and before I'm sorry I'm cutting you off,
No
but
problem.
I get excited because everybody talks about naan bread.
Naan
So
bread,
this is the picture of naan
This
bread.
is very, very good because we make the special, our Naan Bread, we make with charcoal, the clay oven.
Okay.
The way we make. Some restaurants, they use gas ovens, but we use authentic with the charcoal. We use. That's why it tastes so good and very, very. When you have to eat, I can show you when you come how they're making and everything. It melts in your mouth. Yeah.
It sounds like these dishes require a lot of work. I mean, it's not like you're just throwing a piece of meat in the oven.
Not at
or
all.
It's not like
Not
you're,
at all, yeah.
cutting a tomato and putting it on
No.
bread. I mean,
Not
you're
at all.
talking about the triangle
Yes.
that we saw earlier.
Yes,
You're talking
yeah.
about clay oven with this.
Yes. Yeah.
What can you say about the love for making food? I mean, you obviously love cooking.
Yes.
So talk about that a little bit.
I love to cook because the taste, bring the taste, and I want the people when I see the people when they eat, they feel so good. That's more than anything in my life. I want to feed the people good food. See, rich or poor people, they need good food. Doesn't matter. Everybody have to eat. When they eat, they need good food for the health. I'm glad I'm trying to serve good food for the people, what they like, and the best for the health also. I feel good.
Tell us about the ingredients, because a lot of people say Indian food has a lot of curry in it.
Yeah.
And I know that you've heard that too, but There's a lot of other things in
Yeah.
Indian food and a lot of other spices in Indian
Yeah.
food. Tell us some of the popular things that are used in Indian food.
Yeah, people misunderstood about the curry. Curry means we call anything with gravy, we call curry.
Oh, I got you. So it's not just the spice.
No, no,
Okay.
not at all.
Yeah.
Anything with gravy, we call curry. The gravy, we make so many varieties, so many varieties of spices. We use the main ingredients, fresh ginger, garlic, turmeric, cloves, cinnamon, cardamom.
And as you were talking about that, Mr. Producer in the background, thank you very much, put a picture of this. So would this be called curry?
This is Tikka Masala. Also, we can call curry because it's a gravy.
Okay.
You know, but this is Tikka Masala. It, we make with, various of spices, onions, ginger, garlic, and there is a little bit cream in there.
That, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah,
How do you
it's a-
make
it's
it
a
thick
creamy.
like that?
Because onions,
Oh.
onion sauce we use. Some people they use a lot of cream to make it the taste, but I use healthy way. I don't use too much cream, but that's my secret in this tikka masala. Any customer they eat, they say, okay, we eat so many places, yours is the best. I get the compliments from that.
So-
Yeah, it's healthy tikka masala.
Yeah, okay. And we're going to come and do a show there
Yeah,
one day.
sure.
And we'll
I'll
we'll
show you
the
how
audience
I
to
cook
make
too.
it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your clients because, your clients have to vary from those who are Indian American and those who are non-Indian American.
We have both. We have both. More Americans, they like Indian food. Indians, they cook at home. I do cater a lot for the Indians, catering for the parties. But in the restaurant, we get 80% American customers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do they ask a lot of questions? I mean,
Yeah.
if I were to go to your restaurant, I would ask a ton of questions. So
Yes.
what's in this or what's this?
Yes.
Are they asking you a
They
lot
do.
of questions?
They do. We explain them very nicely, and it's like feel like a family. They feel when we explain, we tell them how to eat, what to eat with what, and everything. We explain it to them. They're so happy when they're leaving. They feel like a family. They come back.
You know, one thing I've learned about Indian Americans is you're very family oriented.
Yes.
You know, family's important. As you can see, you brought your daughter here today.
Yes.
How important is that, is it to teach your daughter, the next generation, the things that you know?
Yes, it's very important, because this is healthy food. They have to know. They don't know what is. When they are young, they don't know what they're eating. We at home, we force them. We explain it to them first. This is healthy for you. This is healthy for you. Then they have to think. And then right now, I tell her in last week she got sick. I told her take a Tylenol. She said no, it's not good for you. I want to take some ginger tea, turmeric water. She said that I'm so proud for that. They have in mind, the way we explain it to them when they're eating and cooking and everything.
Before we show the next picture, I wanted to ask your daughter, so do your friends like Indian food? I mean, your non-Indian American friends, do they like this food? And, tell us about a story about one of your friends liking the food.
Well, actually, a lot of my friends didn't even know what Indian food was. I went to Buchanan High School, and a lot of them were like, I've never tried Indian food before. And sometimes we would have potlucks in our classrooms. So I used to bring a lot of like samosas, chicken 65, whatever kids back in India would like. They used to finish my mom's tray first. They used to.
Yeah.
They didn't know what it was. They were like, "What is
Yeah,
this?
they
Where did you get it from?" Like, and that's how I came to tell them I had a restaurant. And I see a lot of my friends come all the way about half an hour from Clovis just to eat our food in the restaurant. Some people I don't even know in our school.
So let's show this next picture and tell us what this is.
Okay, this is they call dosa.
Okay.
Masala. The masala means inside we have a potato. It's stuffed with potato. They call masala dosa. We make this with rice and lentils.
Okay.
The ingredient. We soak them, we grind them. We have to keep overnight, and the next day we make this. This is the most popular dish in South India.
Well, and it looks kind of like
Crepe.
a
It's
crepe. It looks like a crepe.
It's like a rice and lentil crepe stuffed with potato, they call. It's a vegetarian. It's very, very healthy. And it comes, we serve with coconut chutney and spicy chutney. And the most popular dish they call sambar soup. the soup, yeah.
We have a lot of listeners from diverse backgrounds to the program now listening to this and watching on TV. What if I've never been to an Indian restaurant before in my life, ever, what advice would you give me on what I should select? And, because some of it is spicier than others. So what would you suggest that I try to start off?
The best we tell them if they want to try first appetizers, the samosa.
Okay.
The second thing, this is dosa. The third one, tikka masala with naan. That's the best in the beginners. They will love those. Yeah.
So, did you ever imagine that the restaurant would be open this long and be this popular? Because, you've been around for a very long time, and I read somewhere that you're possibly the oldest Indian restaurant in Fresno.
Fresno, yes. We are oldest restaurant and surviving all these years, 26 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Do you have any customers that were there 26 years ago, and are they still coming?
Oh yeah, still coming. I have more than 50% customers. They still coming, and they feel like a family. Same customers we got from 89 until now. We are so.
In the interview, you talked about North and South India. So is there a difference between cuisines? So if I go to West India or East India, is it a little different than the South Indian cuisine? And talk about your particular restaurant. What portion of India the food comes from?
We from South India.
Okay.
Yeah, in India, every state they make different food, different language. They cook different. They eat different. Everything. South India entirely different because we grow lot of rice. Related to the rice, we make the dishes. And in North, they grow a lot of wheat. They make the naan bread, chapatis, like that. According to that, they make the curries. It's entirely different. The way we cook different spices and everything. Yeah.
In Fresno, there's a large Indian American population. Are they from South India, North India, or are they from all over the country?
From all over the country, but they're more North India, more from North India. But all over everybody, from every state there is in Fresno. Yes.
Now, online, I saw a picture of a catering job that you did.
Yes.
So I talk about, for people in our audience who think opening a restaurant is easy and catering is easy, talk about how hard or what the process was to cater for a lot of people, because that party I saw, you had a lot of food out there. So tell us what that day looked like for you.
I cook for up to 600 people by myself without any help I can do.
So how do you do that? I mean, is there a technique or a process?
There is a lot of process and technique, and everything I have to send from the stoves to the caterer. I don't make before that, and we don't even cut before day or anything. That's what, I don't sleep night. All night I cook. That's my special. That's why people call me from Sacramento to San Francisco to Los Angeles side and up to San Diego.
Well, the one I saw was in Oakland, I think. Did you do a catering?
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
So recently I did it, yes.
Was that a wedding, or what kind of party was it, and what did they order?
It's just a baby shower party.
Okay.
Weddings too.
Wow, that's a big baby shower.
It's a big one. It's a big one. I made very special dishes for them. It's a homemade. In India, it's different. I can't make those in the restaurant. I can make, but it's too spicy for the customers. It's entirely different. I can make thousands of varieties. People choose what they like. I make. From any state in India, I make. Anything they like, I make it. Not what I like, whatever customer like. According to their taste, I will make it. That's why they call me from all over. I do, yeah.
So tell us about some of the spices. I mean, we talked about spices, but what is it that makes the food spicy? I mean, is there a particular special chili, or is it like a chili powder?
The chili powder, it come from my place. They call, in South India, they call Guntur chilies. It's world famous.
And is
They're
it
very
spicy?
Oh. Yeah. I use for the catering menu, that one, because it's too spicy. Americans, they cannot handle. The next level I use in the restaurant, the spice level.
So we're gonna show another picture here, and tell us what we're looking at, because I see rice. That looks good. I'm getting hungry in the studio, and I bet you the team that's working on, the volunteers that are working on the show right now are also getting hungry. But there's rice, there's the orange
That's
curry.
a chicken tikka masala.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then what's the other one?
That's a spinach.
Oh, so tell us how
Yeah.
how you make that.
The spinach also, it's it's greens, all greens. It's very good for health. We use onions, tomato, ginger, chili, and lightly spices. We cook the spinach and we grind and make it. And that goes with, we add also paneer or mushrooms in that if
Oh,
people
okay.
like it. It goes with very well with rice and bread. Both, yeah.
So if I'm eating this dish, talk about how I'm going to eat it. So I have my empty dish. What's my first step? What do I do first?
Oh, you put some rice in the plate
Okay.
and the spinach,
Okay.
and you mix with rice and eat. And
Okay.
if you have a bread on side, you just, with the bread, in the middle, you can put it, you can eat like a burrito.
And the rice that you use, I know that, there's all kinds of different rice out there. Your cuisine, what kind of rice is it? Is it the jasmine rice or long grain or what kind of rice?
We use basmati rice, most expensive rice in India. It's very costly too. It's basmati rice they call. We use plain rice. South Indians, because the curry have a lot of flavors, that's why we use plain rice, always with curries. Yeah, basmati rice.
And if people want you to cater or they want to have a party at the restaurant, I mean, is there room? Tell us, now let's talk about your actual restaurant. How big is it? How many seats? How many tables? I mean, if I want to throw a birthday for my son or the crew here, can I come and do it at your place? Or
No, not, I used to, but not anymore because I'm very busy with my customers. I don't have a separate room, party hall. It fits about 54 to 60 people in my restaurant, but I don't give any more private parties. I do take only for customers. But I cater for outside 10 people to 1,000 people.
Now, and without getting into specifics, I mean, if I come with my family to your restaurant or any Indian restaurant, what is the price range I should be looking at? I mean, with appetizers, with food and a drink.
Our price is not, it's $15 to $15 the highest people, yeah, average, yeah.
And that's per person.
Yes. per
And
person, yeah.
after that, will I be full?
Oh yeah, yeah. People always comment we give lot of food. The price for the price, they say they really like the portions we give for the price.
And sometimes people, well, first I want to ask you about the hours your business is open because, you're closed during a few hours of the day and then you open again at night. So tell us about the hours.
We open 7 days, Monday through Saturday. We close between 3 and 5. Sunday we open all day. Yeah, 7 days.
And while you're here in the studio, who's cooking the food in the restaurant? Because we're filming this
I know.
actually when the restaurant is open.
Yeah, I have some helpers. I train them. They're helping me. My mom there, she's helping me.
So your mom is even involved in
Yeah,
the process.
emergency time, she helps me. Yeah. She used to work a lot. She have her own recipes too.
So Sree is
helps
very
me, yeah.
lucky. She has mom and
Yeah,
grandma to learn from.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
But do you feel the pressure on you that one day you're going to have to take over and start cooking?
She knows how hard it is, so I don't know if she sees me doing this as a future job, but she definitely does see me following this and passing this on to my children in the future.
So do you have a website? I mean, what's your telephone number? How can people find out more about you? Where is your restaurant located? Now it's time to promote where the restaurant is.
Thank you. We are on Marks in the Target Shopping Center. My phone number is 559-275-1100. We do have a website, brahmabullindian.com, and we have an email, brahmabullfresno@gmail.com.
And was there a time that you left the restaurant or have you been there for the whole time?
Yeah, we left in 2001 and we came back in 2007. In between, I used to do caterings, but we didn't leave the business. But we went to India, and I used to come and do the caterings and go back. And I took my kids to India to teach them the culture, language, family, and everything. I kept them 6 years over there, all my family.
Wow.
We
You know,
moved.
I wish we had more time because I would love to ask you about the experience
Yeah.
of how it was in India. Now,
Yeah.
when you went back to India and when you compared your food to the food you had over there, was it pretty similar? I mean, was it comparable?
No, people even, they tour to India, some Americans, they go to India, they try the food, and even Indians, they say they come back, they tell us, I have the best food than even in India. I feel great. I feel so great for that. You know, people comment that way. Yes.
So we are almost out of time on the program,
Okay.
but I want to ask you, someone like me, I'm deciding where to eat on a Friday night, and I live around, I'm by Shaw and Marks, so I'm driving my car around there. Why should I have Indian food? I mean, there's all kinds of different foods out there. Why should I try Indian food?
This is special. It's special and healthy, and the taste entirely different than any. You can get any food in Fresno, other restaurants. You know, this is entirely different and tasty. You know.
And I'm going to ask your daughter the same question. So here I am on a Friday night, and I'm driving, and I'm around an Indian restaurant,
Yes.
and I'm thinking, stop or not stop? Why should I stop?
Actually, I was working last night, and we had several groups come. One from Bakersfield and one from Merced. And they tell us, they're like, we came from Bakersfield or Merced, and they're like, we came here to have good food. And I feel like that says it all. You know, they come, no matter how long it takes, they do come to taste our food, and they come here every weekend. We get people from all parts of California to have our food.
Lastly, we are out of time. I wish I had more time to talk to you two, but when you hear stories like that, people driving 45
Yes,
minutes.
yeah, they do come from LA, from San Jose.
So,
we came just for the food. This is yes.
so how does that make you and your husband feel? Does
Very, very great, great. We feel so great. We feel so humble to we feeding them good food. You know. Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
you.
We are out of time this week on the program, but best wishes to you. Good luck to you with the restaurant, and thank you for educating our audience about Indian food.
Thank you very much to having having us here.
That's all for this edition of San Joaquin Spotlight. Thank you to the volunteer crew that made this production and every production possible. We couldn't do these type of programs without them. They're behind the cameras and in the studio as we speak. Obviously, we couldn't do the program without great guests and conversations, so thank you to our guests who are from Brahma Bull Indian Restaurant here in Fresno, California. Thank you to 90.7 FM KFSR Fresno and to the audience members listening on that station and those watching at CMAC, Comcast 93 and AT&T 99. I'm your host, Sevag Tateosian. The televised version of San Joaquin Spotlight, this is show 103. The audio version, it's show, I think, 400. I lost count of that one. But tune in next week for a new edition.